There's certainly hardware and as well as software. Yeah, I like to use that analogy because it's easier for my brain. When I see a lot of the co-living projects, they mostly just focus on the hardware, basically turn it into dorms for adults, basically. And it's very devoid of this culture, this richness that you had talked about. And what we've been discussing is more of the software side of things, right? This code, this culture, this rituals, this ways of relating with one another, this ways of communicating with one another, this ways of resolving conflicts, per se. So when you think about it, what is a good place to start? Is it probably software is a more challenging problem? Is that why that you focus on the software more than say the hardware part?
I think it's a great question. I think it starts with software because it's about putting yourself in environments where you're building community. You're building even the inspiration to want to be around these people.
Mm.
So for me, it was networking in these coaching and business groups and meeting people who are like trying to live into a more inspired version of themselves and live into a more inspired way of doing a career. And I was like, whoa, this is a whole other game. This is not the, oh, living the dream, but really resentful. No, these are people who are actually trying to do it. And I was like, I want to amplify that. I want to be that. I want that. And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah. We'll get into that a little bit more if
Yeah.
you don't mind honing on the intentional community part just a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I love Burning Man. Yeah, you and I are both burners, right? I think Burning Man works so well because let's be frank, there is I can't speak for you, speak for me. It's it's limited in duration. It's 2 weeks at best, 1 week to 2 weeks. So I know that I get to come back to my own cocoon, my own default world, quote unquote. So I'm curious to know. I think intentional community could work really well when there's a term limit that maybe a month or 2 months or however long. I don't know what the duration is. So people can feel free to lean in or lean out based on their own needs versus I gotta commit dollar amount, time, energy, emotions
Yeah.
to this particular community right away. It's either all or nothing. So I'm curious to know if you feel like there is a gradation that could be possible, not to cheapen the concept of intentional community, but more think of it like mm, not Airbnb, but more of like there's a term,
Yeah.
right?
That's fun. It's exciting. For us, it's parenting has been the glue and was in many ways, the glue of this idea of raising your kids in community. And it takes a village and the benefit of having all this perspective of different adults who I think it's priceless for my children. It's why I do it. It's why I still am in. I would have exited when I got divorced. The only thing keeping me in. So was what I believed was most serving for my children.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so when you bring up these kind of things, oh, try on community for a month or two. Sure, if you're single, why not? Like that sounds fun. I would
Yeah,
try
right.
that on all the time, right? Right. But if you're not and you're anchoring your family, it's a
Mm,
hard thing to dabble with.
mm, 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 mm,
You
mm.
kind of, you kind of got to either lean in or do your thing,
Mm, mm.
your nuclear thing.